We got the Backyard Brawl back in week 3. This game is always a ton of fun. These schools are about like an hour away from each other. They recruit the same areas. There's a lot of tension in this game always because there's a lot of guys who know each other on the roster. So this game is always a ton of fun. It's going to be at Pitt this year. Last year it was a close game. It's usually always a close game between these two because of the rivalry. It was 17-6 last year in favor of West Virginia, and they hope to maintain that and keep this Backyard Ball trophy back in Morgantown. So when we look at Pitt, we want to look at Eli Holstein, their quarterback, the transfer from Alabama. It's taken them a little bit to come along, but I think they really figured things out in the second half of their game last weekend where they came from behind. And I think Eli Holstein, after a week of preparation and working with Pat Narduzzi, I think they'll be ready, and I think they've started to really figure things out. So I'm a little higher on Pitt going into this game. Also, their running back, Desmond Reed, I think he's a great back, and if they get the ground game going, it can really open up the pass game for Pitt. And the West Virginia D-line, they might be a little leaky. And they got worked by Penn State. Obviously, Pitt is not the caliber of Penn State, but I think there are holes to be had in this defense. And I think Desmond Reed could take advantage of that. So I like them to get the ground game going. And overall, I'm just kind of fading this West Virginia team, even going into this year. I think their 9 wins last year was a little bit hollow. Neil Brown kind of saved his job, but I'm just not that excited about everything that they brought back. I think C.J. Donaldson is awesome. I think he's a fantastic back. Garrett Green is just fine, but everything else, I'm not super high on them. And I think Pitt is trending in the right direction. So give me Pitt to cover the spread +2 and to win the Backyard Brawl. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.